Okay, let's take a look at spheres here. So let's do a sphere. All right, and then we'll close that off. A sphere as well. All right, let's do a position. Um, and we'll do 1, 1, and you can kind of start to see it in the -3. So maybe do 0, -3. All right, and there we go. There we go. So we have a nice looking sphere, and it's white though. So let's do color. And by the way, you can do any kind of hex number here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that's an off black here. You know. By the way, a simple example: whenever you do any kind of hex number, if you do all the same character, it's going to be a shade of gray, right? So there we go. We have a nice off black there. Looks kind of good. Um, yeah, dark gray there. Let's just do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so very, very nice dark gray there. Okay, so now that we have that here, there's, there's a few things that we can do as well. So for instance, we can do the radius. Okay, of course, is the radius of a sphere. And if we do 1, it's already at 1. 2, it becomes pretty big. 0.2 becomes small. 3, etc. Let's look at the wireframe. Okay. True. Okay. And so as you can see, if I zoom this up a bit, that the circle is fairly detailed, or the sphere here. So that's something that you should probably keep in mind when you are working with spheres. Spheres are pretty easy, but at the same time, though, you want to make sure that you're using the least amount of vertices possible. So let's take a look at another thing here. Let's do segments, and then we're going to do segments width. All right, and you can see if I type in 1, well, that's not very helpful. But if I type in 20, you can see the sphere becomes a lot less detailed. Now, at a certain point, a sphere stops becoming a sphere. Okay, so there's two items we need to work with. There's segments width, and of course, we got segments height. Very easy and very simple. Okay, so the default values of these is 18 and 36. So this is the default value that they are using. So if you wanted to do 360, you can see that that is a lot here, right? And then if you wanted to do 180, that is a lot. And you can start to see it lag a bit. And then if I add in, yet another number here, that, yeah, well, hopefully my browser doesn't crash, but that is a bit too much here. All right, so you obviously don't want to do that, and you can see here that um, it definitely did a bit too much here. So I'm going to pause it and get everything back. So I managed to get everything back. So don't go nuts on both of these here. Now, obviously, you don't want to. You want, like, even if we don't do the wireframe to be true or false right here. So we have a nice looking sphere here. You know, it's not going to look too much different if you add in this here. Like, it just doesn't look. So this is what literally every 3D modeler has done since the beginning of 3D modeling is whenever you have to use the least amount of geometry, you take that. Now, obviously today, when you look at a game or AR app or anything, the geometry in there is quite a bit more than what most people are used to. Especially the longer you've been in an industry, the more you'll really understand how complex things have become. So as a result, if you've been in the industry for a while or been playing games for a while, you often use more than you'd probably need to. But then again, you still can't go completely nuts. This is something you just can't do. See you in the next tutorial.